Ten Best Picks presents the top 10 best Ultrabooks. Starting at number 10. Acer Swift 5. What if you want a thin, light laptop with great performance, long battery life, and the ability to play Fortnite and other games you won't find on Apple's macOS? Acer's top-end model, the Swift 5, is here to say you can have your cake and play Fortnite too. With 16GB of RAM, a 1TB drive, and an Intel Core i7 processor, this machine has held up to everything I've thrown at it. And somehow, despite being an incredibly thin laptop, the Swift 5 manages to pack in more ports than any of the previous picks, which means fewer dongles and adapters in your bag. You get an HDMI, 2 USB-A ports, and a USB-C. There's also a headphone jack. Battery life is excellent, lasting a solid 15 hours in our looped video battery drain test. And the 1080p screen is bright and sharp with particularly nice, deep blacks. The one thing I don't like is the trackpad, which I find mushy. It's not a deal breaker, and it doesn't stop me from recommending it. For more information and price, check out the product links in description underneath the video. At number 9. Lenovo X1 Nano. If you like the size and weight of the MacBook Air but prefer the keyboard and features of a ThinkPad, the X1 Nano is for you. It's thin and light, but it has the ThinkPad pedigree, a great keyboard, the red nub, and buttons at the top of the trackpad. Unfortunately, it adopts the Air's bad traits as well. Ports are limited to 2 USB-C and a headphone jack. The screen is an unusual 2160 by 1350 pixels, making it sharper than the base Dell XPS 13, but not as sharp as the 4K option. I found it to be plenty sharp and bright enough to stare at all day without eye strain. Battery life is great too. I managed 17.5 hours in a battery drain test, which is 5 hours more than the XPS 13 managed. Number 8 of my list. Microsoft Surface Laptop 4. It might not be as flashy as the hybrid tablet laptop design that made Microsoft Surface brand famous, but the new Surface Laptop 4 is everything a laptop should be: slim and lightweight with an excellent screen and keyboard. Ports are one place where Surfaces skimp, but you now get a USB-C port along with a good old-fashioned USB-A port. It also has a magnetic charging port. If you're a klutz who trips over the power cord all the time, this can be a lifesaver. It severs the connection between the wall plug and the computer before the laptop goes flying across the room like a frisbee. The Surface Laptop 4 comes in two sizes, 13-inch and 15-inch. There are also two different processors available, an AMD Ryzen chip or an Intel. If you're hoping to do some light gaming or edit video, I suggest the Ryzen. Either will be plenty powerful enough for working on documents, browsing the web, and checking email. One great change from its predecessor is the much improved battery life. Microsoft is claiming upwards of 17 hours. My testing so far has been closer to 16 hours, but that's still way more than enough for a full day of work. Specs to look for: AMD Ryzen 5 or Intel Core i5, 8GB RAM, 256GB SSD. Coming at number 7. Dell XPS 13. Dell's XPS 13 has been kicking around since 2012 and remains one of the most popular thin and light laptops out there. Dell released an update late in 2020, bumping the processor to the latest Intel chips, but the design is otherwise the same. The XPS' sleek design is really the selling point, giving the MacBook Air a run for its money, and the incredibly thin bezel gives the XPS 13 a 16:10 aspect ratio. That extra vertical real estate is surprisingly noticeable and useful, especially when browsing the web or reading Slack. Battery life is also good. We managed 12.5 hours during normal use. I also like the 15-inch XPS, and there's a developer edition XPS 13 that ships with Ubuntu Linux, if that's your jam. At number 6. Light as air. The MacBook Air remains the Mac to get. Apple upgraded this 13-incher in November 2020, ditching Intel chips for its own M1 processor. The results are impressive. Battery life is great, easily lasting more than a full workday. Perhaps more surprising is the excellent performance, even in apps made for Intel-powered machines. Apple uses a tool called Rosetta to translate these apps to work with its own M1, and most of them run just as well if not better. If you're concerned about compatibility, well, more and more developers are releasing M1 versions of their apps. For example, Adobe already has M1 versions of Lightroom and Photoshop. The Air retains the slim and lightweight design with solid speakers, an excellent keyboard, and a good display. We also love how it now instantly wakes from sleep, just like your phone or tablet. If you want a Mac and aren't planning to edit video or otherwise tax it too much, this is the MacBook you want. For more information and price, check out the product links in description underneath the video. Halfway of my listed number 5. HP Elite Dragonfly. Stylish as it is practical, the HP Elite Dragonfly features a magnesium chassis with an iridescent blue finish for sturdiness and an elegant look. The ultra-quiet keyboard is backlit and spill-resistant, while the touchpad is made of glass for smooth operation. The 13.3-inch touchscreen display produces a full 1080p HD resolution and features a minimal bezel for an edge-to-edge picture. The 4-speaker array also uses audio drivers from Bang & Olufsen for a better listening experience. Beyond looks, though, the business laptop is environmentally conscious. HP created 82% of the laptop's mechanical parts with recycled materials, including ocean-bound plastics. Inside the chassis is an 8th generation Intel Core i5 processor, 16 GB of RAM, and a 256 GB SSD. The Elite Dragonfly not only has Bluetooth and Wi-Fi connectivity, but it also features a SIM card slot to connect to high-speed LTE cellular networks. For safety, the laptop has a fingerprint reader, facial recognition software, and data encryption technology. Get up to 13 hours of battery life. Coming in at number 4 of my list, Dell XPS 15. Professional artists and graphic designers will love the Dell XPS 15 laptop. It features a 9th generation Intel i7-9750H6 core CPU and an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1650 video card with 4 GB of RAM. It also comes with 16 GB of DDR4 RAM and a 1 TB SSD, but you can configure the laptop with up to 64 GB of RAM and an SSD up to 2 TB for more storage. The 15.6-inch display uses OLED technology to produce a stunning 4K UHD resolution and supports 100% of the Adobe RGB color range. Even more, the display supports touch inputs, so you can use a stylus for drawing. This business laptop weighs just 4 pounds and measures 17 mm thin for portability. The dual speakers support Waves Max audio technology for 3D sound and an immersive listening experience when working with music or audio mixing. The laptop is made of CNC machined aluminum and a carbon fiber palm rest for durability. Get up to 12 hours of battery life on a single charge. At number 3. HP ZBook G5. The higher-end HP ZBook G5 is a worthy investment. This business laptop features excellent picture quality thanks to a 4K UHD display that supports 100% of the Adobe RGB color range. The display also supports touch-based inputs for easy image zooming. The ZBook G5 is powered by an 8th generation Intel i7-8750H6 core processor to give you plenty of power for everyday work, graphic design, and even gaming. For memory options, the laptop has 32 GB of DDR4 RAM, a 2 TB HDD, and 2 TB SSD, as well as a second input bay for an M2 style SSD up to 2 TB. With Bluetooth connectivity, Thunderbolt 3 ports, HDMI ports, and USB 3.1 inputs, there are plenty of ways to connect peripherals like mice, external memory storage, and secondary displays. To keep your information safe from unauthorized access, this business laptop has a fingerprint reader for logging in as well as a privacy screen available that limits the viewing angle. Plus, the battery gives you up to 17 hours of use on a single charge. Coming at number 2. MacBook Pro 16-inch. With each new iteration of the MacBook, Apple has improved on processing power, memory storage, and graphics capabilities, and this MacBook Pro model is no exception. It features a 16-inch Retina display for ultra-high definition quality and unparalleled support for millions of colors. With Thunderbolt 3 inputs, you can connect two 6K displays for the ultimate workstation. You can also customize the laptop storage with up to 64 GB of DDR4 RAM, 8 GB of GDDR6 RAM, and an SSD up to 8 TB. Choose either an Intel i7 or i9 processor with integrated AMD Radeon 5000M graphics. The laptop's battery gives you up to 11 hours on a single charge, making it great for working on the go. With the T2 security chip, all of your personal and work data is encrypted for protection against unauthorized access. For added security, the MacBook Pro features a Touch ID sensor for signing in with your fingerprint. And number 1. Microsoft Surface Pro 7. For professionals who like the practicality of a traditional laptop as well as the convenience of a tablet, the Microsoft Surface Pro 7 is the best choice. Use this 2-in-1 as a traditional laptop for everyday work or as a tablet for design projects or handwriting notes with the Surface Pen. The front and rear cameras use 1080p HD video streaming and recording for crisp, clear pictures. The Surface Pro 7 features both USB-C and USB-A ports as well as Bluetooth connectivity. It also has a microSD card reader for transferring files from cameras and other equipment. The battery gives you up to 10.5 hours of life on a single charge, and you'll get 80% of your battery with just an hour of charging. This 2-in-1 also has customizable memory options with 4 to 16 GB of RAM and an SSD from 128 GB to 1 TB. Better yet, there's facial recognition technology for signing in with Windows Hello for more secure logins. For more information and price, check out the product links in description underneath the video. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe my channel, share this video and hit the like button.